Thanks for checking out Jameson Run this evening. It is a rainy Sunday evening, and we are super excited. Actually, my father and I spent a little time out at the Paul Bunyan Festival in Ohio this weekend, and wow, what an event! What an event! If you've never been there, if you like anything firewood, sawmills, anything related to forestry work or the trees, you gotta check that out. I mean, that is an incredible event. I mean, just really well put on. I can't speak highly enough about that. I got to see a lot of really cool equipment, feller bunchers, just amazing equipment that you would never see elsewhere, or not on the regular at least. So if you've never been there, check that out. We'll definitely be back next year. Hopefully we'll take the camera next year and get some footage with that as well. But saw some great stuff, saw some cool people. Got to see Timber Cutter Patriot himself. I've seen his videos, I've watched his videos, I follow him. I always thought, just cool guy. And I can tell you, he's bigger in real life than he is in his videos. So if you're not following him, check him out. He's got some great stuff. And the guy is absolutely awesome. I mean, just a genuine individual, very nice person. He was happy to see people. When he asked to get a picture or he asked to talk with him for a second, those kinds of things, he was never too busy. So just thumbs up on that. Thumbs up on that. So can't speak highly enough about him. But yeah, anyway, being at that festival really got us stoked, and now I'm super excited to introduce our episode this evening based on our sawmill, because just watching their equipment work there, all the different sawmill setups, especially the Wood-Mizer setup, they have some really impressive equipment there. Check that out. Timber Cutter Patriot has some of that stuff on his account. Like I said, I didn't take a camera with me, so check that out on his account. He's got some great material there. But I'm just absolutely ecstatic. I've been talking about putting a sawmill in. I've been talking about getting a sawmill. And I finally have the chance to make the video about the sawmill. So it is not set up at this point. We're not to that. We're not there yet. But we are working on it. It's coming soon. However, I wanted to make just a quick video and just introduce the sawmill. Now, we are super excited about it. It is a WoodlandMills HM126 Sawmill. So just very excited about that. And we're going to be going over that in a minute here, because we have it sitting on the trailer here in the garage. Now it's been here for a little bit, but I just hadn't had an opportunity to actually go over it or kind of introduce everybody to it. But tonight is that night, so very excited about that. As a quick story, this sawmill was not easy to get. This was actually a Facebook Marketplace purchase. Reached out to a gentleman, said he had this sawmill, had some pictures. I'm like, that almost looks too good to be true. Here it wasn't. So call my buddy up, Andrew. If you're watching anything Jeep related, XJ Andrew is his name. Look him up. He's got some great material, and he knows every nut and bolt on those ships, XJ Jeeps. So if you have any questions or need parts or any of that stuff, please reach out to him, look him up, or contact me. I can get you whatever you need regarding that. So anyway, I called him. I said, "Hey, Andrew, you want to go take a ride? I think we're going to take a look at getting a sawmill." And of course, he goes, "Yeah, let's do it. So I pick him up. We're headed down the highway, and he goes, "Where are we going?" I said, "Honestly, Andrew, I'm not sure yet. The guy's messaging me. I know we got to head south, okay?" And this was actually on a Sunday also. He goes, "Okay, that's good." Well, he's going to message us back. So we're riding along south for, 15, 20 minutes. The guy sends us an address and some directions. And he says, the address is the closest thing that we have to an actual location without sending, just coordinates. And I'm like, oh, this is where it gets interesting, I'll bet. So the gentleman actually doesn't have an address for the property of which he lives on. It's 150 acres, way up in the hills on the West Virginia-Kentucky line. So we start to learn that this is going to get interesting real quick. So here we go. We punch it into the GPS, and it ends up being like 4.5 hours away from us, south from where we are. So like 5.25 hours total one way. Anyway, we decided we're going to do it. Once we get kind of down into the hills of West Virginia, we're on the last like 12, 14 mile stretch to get to the guy's property. And of course, we're towing a small trailer behind us, a 10x8 trailer. And all of a sudden, you know, we stop and we're like, man, this is getting sketchy. Like, we need to lock it in 4-wheel drive. Actually use 4-wheel drive, not for fun. We needed to use it to get in and out of where we were getting the sawmill. So anyway, put in 4-wheel drive, end up on the top of this beautiful, highly wooded mountainside, somewhere in the hills of West Virginia, right on that Kentucky line. And the guy was true to his word, though. He had a sawmill. He was looking to get rid of it. It really actually had 4 hours of runtime on it. A brand new cooler, 14 horse on our HM126. But it was a wild trip. The guy was super nice. We ended up loading up using his tractor, got everything strapped on, and had to kind of wiggle our way all the way back out. But at that point, it was you know, we're going on 10:30 at night. It's dark. We have no idea where we're at, and we are literally four-wheeling with a trailer behind us, and you know, a couple thousand pounds of sawmill on the back. So we ended up having a great time. The guy, fantastic guy. Just a heck of a trip. So anyway, long story short, maybe a short story made extra long in that case, but it was a wonderful trip. We ended up not getting home until it was almost 2:30 in the morning when we got back. So it was a great trip. Also on that trip, if anybody knows of any type of, I forget the name, I've been trying to find the name. They're salt and vinegar chips. They're in southern West Virginia. But they are so strong that when you eat a bag of them, you will not even be able to taste the drink that you're drinking. So if anybody can find those or point that name out, I would love to order some again because they were great. Only in a small quantity though. Anyway, that's enough about that. Enough about the story. Let's check out the sawmill. And this is just a brief overview. We'll go in depth on it later here. But this is just kind of an introduction. It is a little bit messy. My trailer was dirty whenever we brought it home to put it on. But I wanted to keep it out of the rain and out of the elements. So check it out. Here we go. So this is our HM126 made by WoodlandMills. It does have a 26-inch span here that we can, or milling capability, I should say, not span. But just, I love the sawmill. I think they have a great setup, especially dollar to price ratio. I mean, just a fantastic setup. This one does have the upgraded engine on it because a lot of them come with, I believe, 9-horse cooler engines. This one is a 14-horse cooler engine, so it does come with the upgraded engine size. And it also came with an extra track. So I believe, actually we have those over here, and I have my cooler sitting on them. But we have 3 sets of tracks right here to go with this sawmill. So I think we'll have about 17 foot of total milling length of log that we can do. Commonly you're not milling 17 foot, but it's nice to make a 16 foot post or beam, that kind of thing. So you want that extra, extra length. So just super excited about that. I love the construction of it. I love the fact that this is an alloy construction for your liquid here that kind of lubricates your band blade there whenever you're cutting. So I love that because a lot of times I see these guys over time outside, they'll end up, whenever they're plastic, they end up breaking down a little bit and they end up cracking if it gets cold. And I know you're supposed to put, a different mixture in here as opposed to just water or just soapy water whenever it gets cold outside. But they still end up cracking and breaking with all the vibration and stuff like that. So I think WoodlandMills does a really nice job putting an alloy container on there for that. But yeah, so that's our sawmill. Just super excited about it. All the operations, this is completely manual. It is not, we have no fancy features per se on here. We have our throttle, which is our go. It engages the clutch for the belt or for the bands. And all of our adjustments are made off of this guy right here. So you push that in, then you can just adjust height, higher or lower. And of course you set your scale here whenever you're cutting. So you could be cutting whatever size, dimensional lumber you want. But these are magnetic, they do move, so you can adjust those however you need them. But like I said, we're really excited about it. Very, very low hours. The guy, he didn't even use he didn't even dull one single band blade. So very minimal hours on this. super clean. Hasn't done the first oil change on it. We still have to put 4 hours on it before it even needs its first oil change. So we've got a long way to go and a lot of milling to do with this. Give you a little look at the inside of the band here. Go in there. Unlock here. Unlock there. And then you gotta unscrew this knob here. They definitely don't want it coming open on you, which is good. Nice long thread on it too. Whew. Come on, baby. There we go. All right, so we'll just pop that open here. You see a little bit. We of course tried it before we bought it, and it was cutting nice and smooth for us. But yeah, we got our big wheels here. Got our adjustment for our tension on our belt, which is our drive system. And this guy, it says it right here: follower belt will ride loose. This is normal, which is wonderful, because whenever I first saw this, of course, I'm focused on this and I'm going, oh man, I don't know, that's already stretched out over 4 hours. Like, that's not good. And do some research, they all run like this. Even with the sticker saying it, almost every sawmill runs like that. So just good information. If you don't know that, that's what it looks like. It's supposed to look like that. That's the way it's set up. But yeah, so just a little bit about the sawmill. I just wanted to do a little introduction on it. Again, can't say it enough. Very excited. It's coming very, very soon to the outdoors, to actually milling here. We're hoping to be milling within the next month or so. So a video will be coming up on that very shortly. So if you have any questions, you have any comments, we're going to make a setup video. We're also going to do, we need to do a fuel change on this one. I don't think the guy had access to ethanol-free fuel for this whenever he was running it. So we want to make sure we get that out of this small engine, because every small engine should be ran on ethanol fuel. I'm sure I'll get some comments in the comment section for that. But not a big fan of any of the stabilizers. I'm true to just the ethanol fuel, which treated me well. Knock on wood so far. So we want to do the same thing with this small engine, and I think I'm going to get my son to help me out with that one. So hopefully that'll be a good video. But appreciate you guys tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, concerns, any tips, especially since I'm brand new to this, please send them my way. I would greatly appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you on the next one, where we're actually starting to get this set up.